Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Youngling Jr. here. I want to talk about Nathaniel Hackett, right? Nathaniel Hackett, he got fired in 15 games to the Denver Broncos head coach. And this is when, he was supposed to coach notorious Russell Wilson. And, Russell Wilson, the Denver Broncos, they gave up so much for him. Noah Fan, Drew Lock, even in the first round, 22 pick. Named to get up a third round pick, I believe, fifth round as well, and in the 22 draft. And you want them to, they thought they was going to be successful. And they actually look good on paper. I'm not going to lie, they look really great on paper. And I was looking like, man, the AFC West is going to be crazy. And then people have been talking about this on their live streams too, man. And this is unfortunate. It's not like Nathaniel Hackett doesn't have any coaching experience. I mean, he was the linebackers coach at UC Davis. He actually worked with John Gruden before with Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2006. That's when he began his NFL career. And he served there for 2 years before moving to the Buffalo Bills. In that same role in 2008 and 2009 season, he worked with quarterbacks such as Bruce Gradowski, Chris Sims, Jeff Garcia from the Bucks, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So, I mean, he has some developing players. He knows what he's doing for the most part, man. I believe he's a good, smart coach, and I can't blame the Denver Broncos from doing that. This is a win team now. They want to, missing the playoffs for quite some time, man. So they was like, man, it's 7 consecutive seasons. So they're like, man, something has to stop, right? So at the end of the day, man, they want some changes. They want something like, hey, this is us. This is what we can do. We need to meet the standard here, So, but at the end of the day, man, I mean, Russell Wilson, man, he only completed like barely 60% of his passes. And this a team that had a number 3 defense. If they would have just scored at least 20 or more points, they would have nine or more wins. They would have been competing for the 5th or 6th seed, in the AFC playoffs. So looking at this, man, even though I'm a Chargers fan, I can care less about the Denver Broncos because they, some of the fans be disrespectful to us and our organization, especially when Phillip Rivers was playing, saying that, oh, yeah, we ringless and all this type of stuff, man. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is, but the thing is, too, Denver Broncos, man, their future ain't looking too bright right now. And also, too, I think they got rid of some more coaching. I think it was the special teams, the coordinator, Dwayne Stukes, and offensive line coach Butch Berry off their duties. So Mike Mallory will coach special teams and Ben Steele will coach the offensive line. Yeah, so they're cleaning house at this moment. So they look into offseason. They're not going to the playoffs. We know that they're officially eliminated. But yeah, this has been a rough start, 4-11. I mean, it's got to the point that you had Russell Wilson. I mean, other people, the offensive linemen was just fighting each other, man. The defense is getting upset. I mean, they had to get rid of Melvin Gordon because of his fumbles. I think that's just Melvin Gordon in general. But at the end of the day, man, this has been a rough season for him. It has been. After that embarrassing 51-14 loss to the Los Angeles Rams, I think the defense of the Denver Broncos just mentally gave up. So, I mean, they said Hackett's dismissal puts an abrupt end to the shortest tenure of any non-interim head coach in franchise history. So the Broncos' new ownership, the Walton Penner Group, led by Walmart, hired Rob Walton, daughter Kerry Walton Penner, and son-in-law Greg Penner, quickly ran out of patience with a team that had one of the league's best defenses, but an offense that simply could not score. Following extensive conversations with General Manager George Payton and our ownership group, we determined a new direction will ultimately be in the best interest of the Broncos. This change was made now out of respect for everyone involved and allows us to immediately begin a search for a new head coach. Oh, man. Penner added that Payton will also assist in the coaching search. The team also has scheduled a new conference for Tuesday at noon. Yeah, man. So we have to see, man. Yeah, the Broncos are averaging at league worst 15.5 points per game. Wow. 15.5 points per game. The next worst is the Texans. They're leading by 16.9 points per game. In the Indianapolis Colts, 17.5 points per game. They said the game management issues continue in the weeks that follow. Yes, it has. Fans even counting down the play clock during home games because they had delay a game. They was like 5, 4, 3. Yeah, man, it's sad, man, but hey, at the end of the day, I mean, can they clean this up? I mean, like I said, this is like that last result. I mean, you have, Russell Wilson They say allegedly he's getting special treatment. I mean, they giving him the extension at 250 mil. That's what they paying him. I'm like, man, we got to get something out of this. This 34 years old, he got at least 2 or 3 more years production left with him. So they thinking like they can win now. I mean, they got lucky with Peyton Manning back then. They went to the Super Bowl twice. Okay, and won a ring with him. But they had a great defense. But I mean, like I said, they surrounded him with talent. You got Cordell Sutton. You got Jared Judy. I mean, they got people that he can throw it to. It's just like, Russell Wilson's not reading it right, So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, the Broncos' future is really not that bright. And like I said, I want to talk about this too because I am a Chargers fan and part of the AFC West. So, I mean, we all trying to beat Mahomes, the Chiefs to keep, lead in this division, but that's gonna come to a stop soon. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, I like Russell Wilson, man. I like the stuff he's done with Seattle. I know that after his tenure with Seattle, he couldn't really take over the offense as much. Like he wanted, to call the plays, call the shots, but Pete Carroll wasn't having that. So the chemistry was, especially after that second Super Bowl and that interception to Michael Butler. They kind of diminish a lot of things, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it is what it is, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do you think the Broncos' future is shot? Is super bleak because it ain't like they can trade up for anybody. I mean, Cap's over. I mean, they paying all this money to Russell Wilson, and it'll be a waste of money to cut him. Like he still have that money guaranteed to him. So we'll see, man. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm out. Deuces.